If you go back to the beginning, the doctrine of beginnings, you will realize that Reuben speaks of the firstborn. Reuben, thou art my firstborn, the beginning of my strength, the beginning of my power, excellent, unstable as water. In fact, it says, Reuben, the beginning of my power, the excellency of my strength. But he also tells Reuben, unstable as water, you shall not prosper. But Reuben was the beginning of his power, Jacob's power, the beginning of his excellency. Reuben spoke of the firstborn. That was an authority position in the children of Israel. He says, this shall be the portion of the firstborn. He shall get double what his others shall get. He was supposed to be, in a sense, a deputy parent. Look out for the others. Judah, on the other hand, he says, Judah is our lion's whelp. Judah is associated with kingship. Judah, thou art he whom thy brothers shall serve. In Genesis 49. But Levi was a priestly order. He says, set aside for me Levi, I think Numbers chapter 8. Set them aside for me, and they sanctify them, and these shall be mine. God complaining in the book of Malachi chapter 2, he says, and Levi will come back to me again and serve me as at the beginning. Levi was a priestly order. Now, when the book of Ezekiel is documenting Levi as a tribe, that's interesting because in the book of the law, when God is saying that you shall number and give inheritance to the children of Israel, Levi is not one of them. He says, Levi is mine. They shall not have an inheritance. I will redeem him for the firstborn. In lieu of the firstborn, I shall take Levi. But here, God says that the north gate, where Ezekiel lives, to go to the river, there are three gates. There's Reuben, the firstborn, there is Judah, and there is Levi. And Reuben is a firstborn. And I put to you that Judah speaks of the kingship and Levi speaks of the priestly. And it tells me that if we are to journey to the river of God regarding joy that's supposed to bring healing to the nations, those three relationships must be aligned. We can't run away from it. It's not by accident. I mean, Ezekiel could have used any river, any of the gates. But God says, use this north gate. This is the gate to go. And do you know what I also realized? That somehow in Scripture, north seems to be associated with God. For some reason. For some reason that cannot be explained, the north. Psalm 48:2. Beautiful for situation, the joy of the whole earth is Mount Zion on the sides of the north, the city of the great king. Mount Zion on the sides of the north, the city of the great king. Somehow, when God mentions the north, he sort of places himself there. And Ezekiel goes through the north gate. Ezekiel goes through the north gate. David, talking about promotion, says, for promotion cometh neither from the east, the south, or the west, leaving out what? The north. Promotion cometh neither from the east, the south, or the west. But God is judge. But God, leaving out the north, is judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. There's something about the north. There's the direction of the gate that Ezekiel uses. Interesting that even when Israel is misbehaving, in 2 Kings, up to, I think it's Jeconiah, by the time they're being taken into captivity, Jeremiah prophesying where punishment will come from, he says, I'm sending punishment from the north. The people that I'm sending to deal with you are going to come from the north. Jeremiah chapter 6, chapter 6, verse 1 says, O ye children of Israel, gather yourselves to flee out of the midst of Jerusalem. And if you jump to verse 22, it says, thus saith the Lord, behold, a people cometh from the north country. A people cometh from the north country. A great nation shall be raised from the sides of the earth. A people coming from the north, and he says they shall come and punish these people who are rebelling. God is saying, I'm sending punishment. In a sense, God is saying that it is me who's sending punishment because I am to be found in the north, as it were. And eventually, when God, now, these people happen to be Babylonians because they come and deal with the children of Israel. Now, years later, when God is also punishing the Babylonians, history accounts this, the people came to punish the Babylonians were Medes and Persians. He also tells the Babylonians, Jeremiah 51, the word that the Lord spake against Babylon, against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Then verse 3, for out of the north cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and shall dwell therein. Out of the north. Israel's punishment came from the north. That punishment was Babylon. Now, Babylon's punishment itself came from the north. Beautiful for situation, the joy of the whole earth is Mount Zion, the city of the great king. And when God is saying that you to journey from the throne room, the center from where God dwells, as it were, where God has placed you to walk in this river, the river that says makes glad the city of God, you have to exit through the north gate. And the north gate has Reuben, it has Judah, it has Levi. And it tells me that the first order of business to sort out is you must have a north alignment. North, God. In the beginning, God.